just moved to Anchorage and you've probably been wondering, what's up with all the gravel on the roads? It's in the streets, it's in the parking lots, and somehow it's in your socks, even though you haven't taken your shoes off yet. And if you're coming from the lower 48, you might just be wondering why the city doesn't just use salt, or at least clean this gravel up faster in the spring. Now in this video, I'm going to explain why Anchorage relies so heavily on gravel, how it became part of Alaska's winter survival system, and what it's actually made of, how it affects everything from windshields to city budgets, and finally, when and how it actually gets cleaned up. Let's get into it. To understand gravel, you've got to understand the climate. Anchorage winters aren't just snowy, they're cold. Like your eyelashes could freeze shut kind of cold. And salt, the stuff that most cities in the lower 48 use to melt ice, starts to lose its effectiveness below about 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And here, that's basically half the winter. Add to that the environmental concerns like salt leaching into salmon streams, damaging cars and destroying infrastructure, and Anchorage decided a long time ago, we're gonna grip the ice, not melt it. Enter gravel. More specifically, crushed rock chips about a 1/4 inch in size. They don't melt the ice, they just give you a little traction. It's primitive, but it works. So how the heck does it get everywhere? Starts in late fall. The city and private plow contractors begin stockpiling gravel in massive sandbarns and staging areas. Once the snow falls and the roads freeze, spreaders go out, sometimes overnight, laying it down, especially on the hills, intersections, and residential side streets. Over the next few months, vehicles drive on it. The snowplows push it around, and by March, that gravel's traveled. It's in gutters, on trails, in your garage, and in literally every pothole you hit. It also gets flung onto windshields at highway speed, which is why cracked windshields are basically a rite of passage in Anchorage. Many people, myself included, budget for at least one a year, and insurance companies don't even flinch at replacing them anymore. You'll hear locals say that if you don't have a rock chip, you're not from here. Now here's the big question. When is all this gravel actually cleaned up? It changes every year based on snowpack, and it totally depends on the melt, but cleanup typically starts in late April. If we get a fast spring thaw, crews can actually start earlier. But if snow sticks around into May, street sweepers have to wait. Otherwise, they're just sucking up slush. The city of Anchorage prioritizes cleanup like this. The main arterials like Northern Lights and Tudor go first, then downtown, then midtown and high traffic areas, finally the residential areas and multi-use trails. And that process, well, it takes 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer depending on staffing and weather and how bad the winter was. Meanwhile, property owners are expected to clean up their own sidewalks, driveways, and parking lots. The city even offers free gravel sweep disposal sites where you can dump the gravel, and they'll reuse it in the next season if it's clean. But here's the part that most people don't talk about. Gravel isn't cheap. Anchorage uses tens of thousands of tons of it each year, and it costs millions to mine, distribute, and eventually sweep up again. That gravel also accelerates road wear, clogs storm drains, and causes dust pollution in the springtime, which can be a respiratory issue for some residents. It's functional, yeah, but it's also an ongoing balance between safety, cost, and environmental impact. Some cities in Alaska have actually experimented with alternatives, like using a finer sand, magnesium chloride, or even, you're gonna love this, beet juice. But still, gravel reigns supreme for most of Anchorage's road grid. So next time you're dodging rocks in the street or vacuuming your car floor for the 3rd time this week, just remember, gravel is part of the deal. It's what keeps us upright in the dead of winter and what reminds us that summer is coming eventually. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more videos coming that break down the weird little things that no one really tells you before you move to Anchorage. From seasonal car maintenance to how long your groceries last in the dark garage. I will see you in the next one.